what happened? I thought you used to be good at this. Andrew was creaming me at Mario Kart. I used to be good too, but I don't know, best friend was absolutely destroying me at this game. And finally we finished, and I said, you want to do another round? I said, maybe we should finish there. And he said, all right. I reached up and turned off the TV. And I said, yeah, you are not on your game today. What's up? I said, this is going to sound so dumb, but I just couldn't help thinking what Mario must look like in real life. And Andrew laughed at that. And I was like, I'm sorry, okay? My mind's just been other places lately. I said, no, you're good. If it means that I can beat you, I'm all right with that. I said, well, it's just good to see you. He'd gotten back from his trip to Florida just recently, and it was good to have him back again, to talk with him. So much had changed since then, since he left. And it was nice to be able to be with him again. At least that much hadn't changed. But again, I found that I just couldn't help but think about other worlds. And I made a decision. I said, Andrew, I have something to show you. I said, all right, better be cool. I said, cooler than 2 weeks in Florida. He said, I doubt that. I said, well, we'll see after you see this. And I went up to my room, and I went into my closet where, for the time being, I was keeping my backpack and the sword and scabbard and everything. And I reached in and unclasped the sword from the scabbard, because the scabbard itself was an interesting thing, and I could only afford to show him the sword. I still didn't want him to... I wasn't ready to tell anyone everything, but I'd really been wanting to say something, and he would appreciate the sword. And I could tell him that I just bought it somewhere or whatever. So I pulled the sword out and handed it to him, and he took it reverently. Said, this is absolutely incredible. Oh, he almost started crying. Super funny. But he took it and he said, this is incredible and actually sharp. I kill with surety. I said, what? He said, that's what the inscription says. I kill with surety, orc, and something. I don't know that word. It's like, you read Elvish? I said, dude, you don't? Come on, you know me. So yeah, that's true, I do know you. The world? I said, what's that part say? It says Othoduiel. I think that's the name. I don't recognize it from the books or anything. I said, what does that mean? He said, I think 7th star or something like that. I said, man, this is absolutely phenomenal. He said, where did you get this? How? And I explained that I bought it online. I said, dude, how much did this cost? And I thought, oh shoot, how much does a sword cost? I said, $50? He said, you're joking. What? He said, where did you get this for $50? I need to know. I said, I don't remember, like, the seller. I'd have to get back to you. I said, yes, please do. I want. I said, all right. And he finally handed the sword back, and I stuck it back in my closet. And I thought it might be good to not talk about that anymore, and he still had time. And I said, do you want to go to the diner? He said, sure, dude, let's do it. So we hopped in my car and drove down to the diner where we spent time all the time, kind of where we'd first become friends. And sat down, got milkshakes and fries, and just sat in the booth and enjoyed the nice summer day. And I realized that my mind was kind of wandering to other things, and I noticed that Andrew was just kind of watching me. And he said, Reggie, something's up. Like, you're not acting normal. I know something happened while I was on my trip. And I started to panic for a sec. I wasn't sure how much he knew, and maybe I shouldn't have shown him the sword. And he said, what's her name? I said, what? He said, what's her name? The girl. I said, oh no. I said, I don't know what you're talking about. I said, Reggie, I know you've got a girl. What's her name? I was like, oh no. Scarlett. I said, okay. And he started to ask all kinds of other questions about her. And is she cute? Where'd you meet her? I was like, okay, yeah, she's cute. But we're not dating. There's nothing between us. And he kind of scoffed at that. I said, yeah, likely story. And I had tried to turn it back on other topics. But he just kept turning it back to Scar. I was like, oh no. Maybe it wasn't such a good idea to hang out with Andrew. I should have prepped for this. But he said, well, I'm not going to leave you alone until you call her. Where's your phone? And I said, no, you're not. I'm not going to give you my phone. He said, well, you're going to have to unless you call her yourself. And I knew that he wasn't going to give this up until I gave her a call. And so I pulled out my phone, the mobile, and he said, whoa, that's high tech. And I said, yeah, experimental phone. My neighbor gave it to me to test it out for him. And he said, huh, cool. And I pulled up Scar's contact. My thumb hovered over the call button. I really didn't want to do it. But I knew Andrew wouldn't let me get away without setting up a date. I said, all right, let's get this over with. I hit the button and it started to dial. And it seemed to ring for forever before Scar finally picked up. And she said, Reggie, what's going on? And Andrew was mouthing me things. And I was just trying to ignore everything that he said. It was not going to work to just say that I wanted to chat, because Scar was not that kind of person. I knew that it'd be more helpful to say that I was in danger or something, but I wasn't going to do that either. And I said, hey, I was just wondering if we could meet sometime, maybe Thursday, to talk about some things. And Andrew was motioning me, too vague. I said, shh. And Scar grunted over the phone, and I heard the sound of some beast bellowing. And she said, sorry, yeah, Thursday will work. Yes. We can find a place and meet in the park, find someplace safe to talk. I said, yeah, I can think of a place. Does noon work for you? And I heard the sound of some kind of explosion and people screaming. And Scar said, hold on one sec. And I sat waiting, listening. Things seemed to quiet down for a second. And then I heard the sound of metal on metal, but to an enormous scale, like skyscrapers grinding together. And it blasted through the phone speaker and shattered the little vase holding flowers on our table, spilling water everywhere, and I dropped the phone. Couldn't hear out of that ear. And I fumbled, grabbed the phone, and as Andrew grabbed some napkins and started mopping up the water. And I put the phone to my other ear because the other was just ringing. And I heard Scar screaming over the phone, Juke! Who put resonance missiles on our Harvard Reserve? And she said, sorry, G, I've got to go. I don't know if you can hear this. That sounds great. I'll text you afterward and make sure that I heard right, because I can't hear anything right now. And she hung up. I put the phone down. Oh my goodness. Um, oh. And I looked around to make sure that I hadn't caused any commotion, but the cashiers were busy with customers, and I guess it hadn't been too disruptive, though. Like, Andrew said that it hurt his ears too. It's like, man, what in the world? And he said, that was insane. What kind of phone is that? I don't know, but I'll have to tell him that the speakers are way too loud. I said, yeah, that's for sure. And I put the phone away. I thought, oh, gosh. I got peace from Andrew after that, but wondered how exactly a date with Scar would go. Thankfully, I still had a few days to figure out what in the world that would look like. End of chapter 9.